I am the one known throughout the city for loving. I am the one who hasn't let my eyes be clouded by seeing the bad.
I congratulate Professor Dr. Dolati on the 90th anniversary of his birthday and his service to the community in the field, and I wish him a long life.
They, with their big vision and foresight, established the first skin research center in the country. For many years, they dedicated their time to this center without taking a single rial from the university, working hard to bring it to its current state.
One of the most notable characteristics of Professor Dolati is that when you first meet him, he has a smile on his face, and before you even say hello, he greets you.
The group we have here at the Center for Skin and Leprosy Research is a close-knit and family-like community, and everyone gets along really well. This is all thanks to the solid foundation that the professor has established at this center.
Mr. Dr. Dolati has a distinguished international academic personality. One notable trait of his is his unwavering dedication, and also his unconditional support for research and researchers.
We don't see the bad at all. We keep our promises and enjoy ourselves. Because if someone is a disbeliever, it doesn't matter if they hurt us or not. If someone says something bad or shows something bad, that's when you shouldn't care. This is something I believed in for a long time, and I've acted on it.
He said to give some advice that would be good for both this world and the hereafter is connection. 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 We also have this in the Quran, and it talks about relationships and connections, meaning that you should be able to have healthy relationships.
When a person is happy, they do their work well and their mind works well too. So how do we achieve happiness? Happiness comes in different ways, like watching a good movie or looking at a nice photo, which brings joy. But the types of happiness are different. They have their own drawbacks and durations. The best happiness comes from helping someone. It's both uplifting and long-lasting, and it's very beneficial and healthy.
We saw these individuals helping, whether it was funding or support for the progress of others, their assistance, guided and helped with admissions. My acceptance to a Harvard program was due to their connections. Young professionals had assistants come to help them, and they guided them along the way. They helped with admissions to various places. For me, the acceptance, I was able to get to attend a program at Harvard and then return, was all thanks to their connections and relationships.
After each of us completed our specialization period, where we received scientific and specialized teachings, we also chose a mentor for ourselves who taught us ethical and practical lessons. We were lucky that our mentor was a professor, and we're happy that we've learned a lot from him and are still learning. I hope he stays with us for a long time.
This is something I never thought about, like fatigue, or I don't know. It's during the times I had a slight illness.
They are really at the center most of the time at 6 in the morning.
I took more from Rumi. You should first learn not to hear, learn not to see, and then learn to see and hear. So don't see anything bad. Don't hear anything bad at all. Get away from this negativity. Get away from this negativity. This, well, doesn't affect your happiness negatively.
They were the first to use skin biopsy for sampling, a challenge. A punch is the simplest tool for this. They divided it among all the dermatology groups to easily use this method. They started hair transplants in Iran. In skin immunology, they first held classes in Malaysia before universities existed. They set up skin immunotherapy for diseases like atopic dermatitis and initiated patch and diagnostic tests in Iran. This is documented in their publications. When beauty and laser treatments emerged, they gave themselves to get to classes in Malaysia. They were the first to establish skin immunotherapy for various diseases like atopic dermatitis in Iran. They also initiated patch tests and skin diagnostic tests for allergies. And all of this is documented in their publications. Then, when the issue of beauty came up, and laser treatments for skin were introduced, as they mentioned, considering their potential for collaboration and teamwork, they established the first skin and laser clinic in the country and got the approval from the Ministry of Health. So in all aspects of dermatology, they played a significant role in its foundation and development. In fact, due to their potential for collaboration and teamwork, they established the first skin and laser clinic in the country and received the approval from the Ministry of Health. So in all aspects of dermatology, they played a significant role in its foundation and development.
When we were residents, we would go to the professor for training. That was perhaps missing at Razi Hospital or the hospitals of Shahid Beheshti University. It was there that Professor Firouz, and I asked the professor if he took private students, and he said, if it's you, then yes. And since that year, which was probably 1992, we've been learning from the professor up until today.
If you see, I first studied pharmacy, then I studied pediatrics, then I went to the US and got my residency, and then I specialized in pathology. I got 2 specialties. And when I finished my residency, I came back. I even got a result from a test at the airport. And the kids gave me a hard time. I never want to go, I don't want to go. I came back 2 times. I always wished in my practice that I wouldn't be alone, that we would always work in a group. This is important, because if someone practices alone abroad and opens a private practice, people will look at them sideways, wondering what's wrong with them, that they can't collaborate with their colleagues. When you practice in a group, you can share the workload. Your patients won't be left hanging. And if you take a vacation, retire, or God forbid, pass away, there are others to take care of your patients. That's the beauty of group practice. You can also take time off. Your patients won't be left without care. One thing I thought about is that all these professors in every field, and I'm not just talking about medicine, if they build something or create something, they should think about what happens after them. Who will take their place? They say a good teacher is one who has trained students better than themselves, so that there will be a successor. If someone builds something or creates something, they should think about what happens after them. Who will take their place? They say a good teacher is one who has trained students better than themselves, so that there will be a successor.
There's no doubt that the professor is the father of dermatology in Iran.
I hope professors will help more. I just hope that graduates will look back at their university experience.
And this time, may the charity that has come from them over the years continue to thrive.